Today, I, Dr.Praveen Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of Buddhist Studies, National Institute of Social Work and Social Sciences, is going to talk on the mindfulness, its origin, and its application in the various aspects of life. What is mindfulness? Where from it is originated? What is the meaning of mindfulness? Mindfulness is a psychological process of bringing one's attention occurring in the present. This is derived from the Sati and the Sampanjanya, the significant tradition of Buddhism. What is the meaning of Sati? In Buddhist teachings, and how this sati is different from the pre-Buddha days. The concept of sati, this word sati, it has traveled a long way from Vedic up to the Buddhistic period. In Vedic period, Sati means the memory, recollection, that one has a power to recite and recollect the books and the whole Vedas, Tripitaka, Puran, and many other things. Definitely, this is an intellectual capability, and in order with this intellectual capability, one can recite and recollect the various kind of the literature and Tripitaka, Puran, Upanishad, and the Vedic tradition. This is a great human feat. Because of this human feat that person memorize the whole of Pali grammars without breaking the rules. But this capacity is at the intellectual capacity. Because of this capacity, there are various monks in the Myanmar and the Thailand, and they have recited, they have memorized the whole Tripitaka, Sutta and the Vinaya, and they are called Vinayadhar and Suttadhar. So what I mean to argue here, and this is a great human feat, because of this the human feat that the Tripitaka was written in the 1st century AD in the Sri Lanka. Otherwise, in absence of this intellectual capability, world would have been deprived of the Buddha's words. So what I mean to argue that in the pre-Buddha days, Sati means that one has a power, one has a capacity to memorize the whole books, Vedas, and various type of grammars. This was an intellectual capability. How the Buddhist concept of sati is different from this sati. Buddha was not concerned with the intellectual development, he was concerned with the ethical purity of mind, because the sati, the concept of sati which exists in the pre-Buddha days, it does not have a potentiality to help us to get rid of the suffering. But what a Buddha taught, the type of a sati which may be helpful for us to get rid of the suffering and to attain liberation and the nirvana. So the concept of sati in the Buddhist literature, in the Buddha's teaching, it means to live in the present, and living in the present means to be being a mindful. So this sati and sampanjanya, these two words, the cardinal teachings of the Buddha have been elaborated in the Pali literature in Mahasatipatthana Sutta. The first one is a Kaya Nupassana, the second one is a Vedana Nupassana, The third one is a Dhammanupassana. The first one is a Kayanupassana, second one is a Chittanupassana, third one is a Vedananupassana, and fourth one is a Dhammanupassana. What is this a Kayanupassana? Under this section, the mendicant he observes minutely that whether he is taking a long breath and the short breath. This is a Kayanupassana. That is compared here with when the carpenter, just like a carpenter is aware of that what amount of the wood he has cut, just like a mendicant is aware about his breath. Besides that, he is aware about his the sitting posture, aware about the body movement, that how he is sitting, how he is sleeping, is standing, sitting, and a sleeping posture. This is a Kayanupassana. The second one is a Chittanupassana. What is this a Chittanupassana? What is this a Chittanupassana? Here the mendicant is aware about his chitta, that whether he is able to identify that which kind of a chitta he has. He has a Sharaga chitta or the Viraga chitta, which kind of the chittas he has. And the Vedananupassana, that he is aware about under this section, he is aware about the different kinds of the feeling, that a Sukhad Vedana, Dukhad Vedana, Asukhad Vedana, Adukhad Vedana, Upekha Vedana. And the Dhammanupassana, that is aware about the 5 types of the Nivran, which means a hindrance, like a Kamchan, Vyapa, Thin Midha, Kokitra, Asthan Midya, and the Vichikitsa. The Kamchan, this is a sensual pleasure, Vyapa, that is a fighting, Vyapa, and Thin Midha, Asthan Kokit, and Vichikitsa is a doubt. So the Sati means here, this Sati means that we mendicant is able to exactly identify that what is happening within us with regard to the body, with regard to the feeling, with regard to the mind, with regard to a different type of the dhammas. In addition to all these, that a mendicant is aware about the 4 noble truths, 5 askandhas, 12 ayatans, and anything. This is the concept of Sati in the Buddhist teachings, which appears in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta of the Dignikai. And the Shampanjaya, what is this? Shampanjaya means? Shampanjaya means the thorough investigation of the Anitya, Dukkha, and Anatta. That the true knowledge, and this is a true knowledge. This is a Shampanjaya. There are 2 types of illness in this, and by walking on this the Sati and the Shampanjanya, it may be helpful for a person to transform himself from in the darkness to light, from ignorance to wisdom, finally from in the suffering to happiness. And there are the 2 types of illness in this world. One is a physical illness and another one is a mental illness. It is very difficult for a person to get freedom from the mental illness. What is this, a mental illness? Mental illness is a greed, aversion, lobh, dosh, and moh. This is a mental illness. And by walking on this, the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, this Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Vedananupassana, It will definitely help a person to transform his mental condition, and he will be free from this mental illness, which is a root cause of all trouble in our society. So this is a mental illness. Up now, the third important things that applications in the various aspect of life. There are two kinds of sati. One is a shamma sati, another one is a michha sati. So what is a shamma sati? Shamma sati, it means that a mendicant objective is a very high. When he perform a meditation for the attainment of the Nibbana, Shavan, which is the highest destination according to the Buddha teachings, that is a Shamma Sati, and it comes out of the right kind of the knowledge, right knowledge can be only acquired. It can be only acquired by being a virtuous. Unless or until one is not virtuous, this Shamma Sati cannot be developed. So to be a virtuous, to follow a precept is a more important thing in the context of the Shamma Sati, and it comes out of in the right knowledge. But this stands for the attainment of the Nibbana. This is not being used for the ordinary purpose. This teaching, it stands for the attainment of the Nibbana. And the second one is a michha sati. What is this a michha sati? Michha word which means a lie, tell a lie. But here michha, it does not mean a lie. Michha Shakti here means when one purpose is not the highest, not a very high for the attainment of Nibbana. One purpose is to achieve something, the ordinary thing in this the worldly life. In that context, the Michha Shakti is used. And that this Michha Shakti and Samma Shakti, both are the important because the both come from in the same family. So this Michha Sati, it is the importance of Michha Sati, it cannot deny in one's ordinary life. Why? How? Because if we perform our action, when we do anything, the concentration of mind is the most important thing. In absence of the concentration of mind, one cannot make a progress, one cannot excel in his proficiency. So this, even the Michha Sati, it may be helpful for us to develop our proficiency and the efficiency. Just for the example that if the student has to perform well in his studies, so the concentration of mind is very important. When a blacksmith is doing his duty, the concentration of mind is very important. When this fisherman is trying to catch a fish, that a concentration of mind is very important. So in our the worldly life, in ordinary purpose, this Michha Sati is also important. Now it talks about the pandemic like COVID pandemic, a dangerous COVID pandemic. This is the greatest threat to the humanity, and it has taken a lot of valuable lives across the world. So, in the context of this COVID-19, this Shakti, even a Michha Shakti, is very important. Because the literal meaning of Sati is to live in the present. And in the moment when we live in the present, we will take care of the body movement. That how to put our fingers, how to step our legs, how to move, how to say, what to touch, what not to touch. So in that context, in the context of in the COVID-19 pandemic, this Michha Shakti is very important because it teaches us to live in the present. So what we find that the concept of this mindfulness, which is the seventh part of the novel eightfold path, is extremely useful for each one of us in the society because it guides us to move in the right path. It helps us to remove our defilements and make us a pure, that while walking on the mindfulness that this world will become a heaven and there will be a peace, stability and prosperity in society. Thank you.